بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله حسبي الله الله أكبر.
When you're out in the dark, even the simplest things, like the glow of a campfire, can turn into something unnatural. Posted to the Ghost subreddit, user Garno7 shared a clip that he and his friends captured while hanging out by a lake. They were just relaxing, talking, enjoying the fire, until the camera caught something none of them saw with their own eyes. As the camera pans from left to right, pay close attention. Because right there, between the shadows, a figure seems to sprint straight toward the group and then vanish into the flames. Not past them, into them. Did you see it? Most viewers immediately brushed it off, calling it a lens flare or a camera glitch. But not everyone is convinced. One Redditor, Patrick_RS_ghost, took a closer look and noticed something disturbing. He wrote, "At first I thought it was just flare from the quick change in lighting. But when I replayed it, I could see something moving within the crowd at around the 2-second mark, almost behind the little girl in the pink sweater. And the timing matches perfectly with the figure running into the fire. And when you slow it down, he's right. The shape doesn't behave like a flare. It moves with intent, weaving between people before lunging straight into the blaze. If that's not a trick of the light, then something else was standing with them around that campfire. Something that didn't want to be seen, until the moment it revealed itself." A YouTuber named Suspect Sky and his wife are convinced that something is hiding in their home. Specifically, inside their small bedroom closet. In the video, Suspect Sky inches toward the door, every step sounding heavier than the last. You can almost feel the tension in the room as he reaches out, grabs the handle, and yanks the closet open, bracing himself for whatever might be waiting on the other side. But there's nothing.
Find one, find something. If somebody's in there, they need to come out. Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Just darkness, empty space, silence. They breathe out in relief, but only for a moment, because the feeling doesn't go away. Even with the closet wide open, they can still sense something in there. Something that doesn't need a closed door to remain hidden. The air feels thick, like the room itself is trying to warn them. That's when they realize they don't want answers anymore. They just want to get out of the house as fast as possible. Later that night, when they reviewed the footage frame by frame, their worst fear was confirmed. There was something in that closet the entire time, watching them, waiting for them, and staying perfectly still until they turned their backs. Something's watching you, Published by Paranormal Instincts in January of 2022, this unsettling footage shows a girl taking her dog for a nighttime walk through the woods and capturing something watching her from the trees. The clip begins with her walking along a narrow dirt path, surrounded by nothing but darkness and the faint crunch of leaves under her feet. When her camera drifts to the side, that's when you see it. A tall, gaunt, bone-pale figure pressed against a tree trunk, its eyes locked directly on her. The thing doesn't move. It doesn't flinch. It just watches. She doesn't notice it. But her dog does. The dog suddenly freezes, staring straight into the darkness where the figure stands, ears raised and body tense. It won't budge. She has to tug at the leash to get it moving again. And that's probably the only reason she didn't walk right toward the thing. When she pans the camera back to the exact same spot, the figure has completely vanished. No sound, no footsteps, just empty woods. They continue their walk, completely unaware of where the figure went, or how close it might have gotten. But after seeing this footage, I doubt they'll ever take another midnight stroll again. Not with that thing lurking among the trees. A YouTube channel called Project Paranormal believes they've finally captured undeniable proof that a shadow figure has been haunting their home. And after watching their footage, it's hard not to agree. In the video, a dark silhouette drifts across a doorway, slow, deliberate, and disturbingly solid. At first glance, skeptics might say it's just someone walking behind the camera. But here's the part that doesn't make sense. The shadow never changes shape. It doesn't stretch. It doesn't shrink. It doesn't distort the way a normal shadow should when passing through a doorway with depth. Instead, it stays perfectly formed. Almost as if it isn't a shadow at all, but a figure standing in place. A figure made of darkness itself. Project Paranormal believes this is the thing that's been lurking in their house for months. And if the clip is real, then whatever's haunting them isn't hiding anymore. It's letting them know it's there. And it's not going anywhere. This CCTV footage was recorded inside an office building at 2:30 in the morning, a time when no one should be there and everything should be completely still. The security team noticed it immediately, because the camera in this hallway only activates when something moves. And something definitely moved. The clip shows a shadowy mass materializing at floor level, like it's crawling out from beneath the tiles themselves. It hovers there for a moment, as if deciding what to do next. And then it suddenly shoots upward, scaling the wall in a smooth, impossible motion. Within seconds, the shadow disappears straight into the ceiling. No vents, no openings, no sound. Just gone. The figure is an oval-shaped blot of darkness, shifting and alive with no visible source. The security guards couldn't explain it. And honestly, neither can I. There's no object nearby that could have cast a shape like this, and nothing in the environment that could have moved that fast or that silently. If this isn't paranormal, then I'd love to hear your best guess. Because whatever climbed that wall at 2:30 a.m. doesn't behave like anything from our world. These flats are supposed to be completely abandoned. So, who or what is standing in this window? Posted to TikTok by Scared to Death Zero, this group is exploring an empty, decaying housing encampment in the middle of the night. Everything is silent, until they notice movement in one of the upper windows. They zoom in. Nothing. The window looks empty. Dark, still, lifeless. But then they shift their flashlight away for just a moment. And that's when it happens. A figure suddenly peeks out from behind the torn curtain, not stepping forward, not moving like a person, just silently sliding into view, almost as if it's drawn toward the light. The comments section is split between panic and disbelief. Some say it must be a squatter hiding in the building, but others notice something far more disturbing. The figure has no visible face, just a pale, smooth shape staring down at them through the darkness. So now the question is, what is this thing? And if you were standing there with only a flashlight and your courage to guide you, would you dare go inside to find out? This orphanage, once a place meant for lost children, has long since transformed into something far more sinister. A satanic church filled with secrets it refuses to bury. The team was drawn here after urban explorers captured what looked like a shadow figure lurking in one of the hallways.
Just a couple urban explorers inside the building, and actually you saw a shadow figure in that video, and you sent it over to me, and I was like, no doubt that that's...
And now, as they return to that same dark passage, you can almost feel something watching from just beyond the camera's light. Tonight, it's Ghost Club Paranormal's turn to uncover the truth. As they enter the ruined cult house, they're immediately met with disturbing markings on the walls, symbols carved deep into the plaster, drawings that feel more like warnings than art. The air inside is thick, stale, and heavy, like the building itself is holding its breath. When they pull out the EMF meter, the device spikes violently, as if something unseen is circling them.
Look at that. Look at that, Jade. Are you getting that?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I saw was this. It was popped up in the elevator. Look at the height. Look at it going down.
What? What?
It's gone. It was right there like it's there.
Moments later, they capture an EVP, a sharp whisper, a voice that shouldn't exist, answering a question no living person asked. Then the REM pod begins to scream, lighting up in frantic bursts. Almost instantly afterward, the sound of footsteps echoes down the hallway. Slow, heavy, deliberate. No one in the team is moving. Then they get a direct response.
Hey, Cam. I just heard footsteps right behind me.
A clear, chilling answer from whatever resides in this house. And soon after, they see it.
We need to make clear contact with you right now if you're here with us. If you want to communicate with us, that's what we need from you. Oh my god, it's going off, it's going off. Shine your light up there.
Watch the hallway behind them. A shape-shifting shadow whips through the darkness, too fast to be a person, too solid to be a trick of the light. I saw it instantly, and so did they. Seconds later, the crew experiences the worst fright of their lives. Something so intense it sends them stumbling back, panicking, desperately trying to get out. The energy in this house is overwhelming, violent, ancient, and hungry. Whether it's the restless spirits of the abandoned children, or something far darker that was summoned here. That's anyone's guess. But one thing is certain. Something in that orphanage does not want to be disturbed. A terrifying ghost video from other studios has people questioning what's even real anymore. Normally, I'm skeptical of any channel with studio or production in the name. You never know what's staged and what's edited. But this channel claims the studio part only refers to the fact that they produce music beats, not ghost videos. All right, fair enough. So let's see what they caught. According to the uploader, his friend Cody has been dealing with some deeply unsettling activity inside his home. Not just random noises, but intelligent, responsive activity. The sink turns on by itself. Lights flicker with no one near the switch. Objects move just enough to make him question his own eyes. It got so bad that Cody began filming every single time he stepped into a room. He needed proof, something to show his friends so they'd understand he wasn't lying, and he wasn't losing it. And then he captured this clip, his most terrifying one yet.
Nope.
Cody steps outside for 15 minutes to talk to his girlfriend on the phone. When he comes back inside, his kitchen is destroyed. Cabinets flung open, a chair knocked sideways. Utensils scattered across the floor like someone or something was searching for something it wanted. Most viewers focused on the mess, but Cody noticed something far worse. A figure staring at him from the top of a tall doorway at an angle that no human body could possibly hold. He says the original video had much higher resolution, and the raw, still image, before YouTube compressed it, shows the figure extremely clearly. And that's where things get disturbing. The difference in detail between the YouTube version and the original is so drastic that part of me thinks it has to be Photoshop. But if it's real, if that impossibly angled figure really was perched above the doorway, watching him walk in, then Cody shouldn't step foot in that kitchen again. Actually, he shouldn't step foot in that house ever again, because whatever was waiting for him up in that doorway wasn't done with him yet. This exorcist house is nothing to take lightly. The YouTube group Dark Arts TV enters this bleak place, hoping to uncover whatever truth hides in its shadows. At first, I didn't notice anything unusual, but then they pointed it out.
Whoa, I just seen
Whoa,
this.
what the-
I literally just seen that.
What was it?
It's a fucking anomaly just...
Yeah, what was that?
Did you see that just there?
It went
It went like a
like
line and it went... It was distorted though. What?
A bizarre shadow shape drifting upward exactly as they described. Here it is. Slow it down. Watch closely. It doesn't match their movements at all. So I'm confident it isn't their own shadow. Could it be a shadow figure? Possibly. Or maybe it's the dark outline of something far more sinister. An evil presence lingering in the house long after the exorcism was performed. Whatever it is, it's definitely not normal. When this morning shift worker arrived at her job around 6 a.m., she never expected to find someone already waiting outside. Shared on TikTok by The Blaze Beauty, the clip shows her leaving the kitchen and entering the front cafe area, where she spots a figure standing right outside the window. She cautiously walks toward it. At first, it's unclear whether the person is facing the glass or turned the other way. But as she moves closer, it becomes obvious. They're looking straight at the window, even though their face is completely hidden from view. Without warning, the figure hits the window with a single gloved hand. What exactly is this person? And what are they trying to do?
Bro. Bro. What? Oh, girl. Oh my God.
People in the comments can't believe she had the nerve to go near it. Some say the figure looks harmless, maybe just hungry. But to me, that sudden window strike suggests something much darker, an intention that doesn't feel friendly at all. A man in an unidentified country is inspecting an old apartment when he suddenly comes face to face with what seems to be the lingering spirits of those who once lived there. It begins with a whisper, spoken in a foreign tongue, possibly Arabic, coming from somewhere behind him, followed by a sudden shift in the atmosphere. Moments later, the door he just walked through is slammed shut, and the lock lifts on its own, rising into the air.
التامات من شر ما خلق. ايش الباب اللي تقفل ذا؟ ما في باب هنا. بسم الله. بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. هذا كيف؟
That's not something a person could pull off simply by hitting the door from the other side. Dust or not, the orbs floating around are behaving wildly. But focus your attention on this part of the room. There's no one standing there. Yet a paw-like object suddenly shoots out from that direction. When he spins around, the entire room is clearly empty. Shadowy shapes seem to crouch behind door frames, only to vanish the second he tries to look directly at them. And when he hears the sound of footsteps racing across the floor above him, heavy, fast, and coming his way, he realizes it's time to get out immediately. Whatever is in that apartment, it definitely doesn't want him there. A YouTuber known as Bulldog is hanging out in the backyard with his girlfriend. They're casually recording random clips, chatting about nothing important, until they capture something that makes them feel like they aren't as alone as they thought.
And that's where you go, driving stuff. Got it?
Yeah.
There's the bonfire pit. Whoa. That was weird.
What?
I just saw something run across the screen.
Liar.
Swear to God, who stopped this?
I don't know, bud.
No, it was like a shadow. How do I stop this?
A strange wisp of smoke or mist drifts into view and seems to momentarily take on the form of a human figure, almost as if someone is walking quickly through their yard. It takes a few swift steps before fading away completely. Bulldog mentions that it reminded him of a person running, and I have to agree. The shape definitely resembles the upper body and shoulders of someone mid-stride. But there's something else. To me, the figure appears to be missing its head. The Terror Al Extremo team is exploring the deserted property of a supposedly haunted witch's house. Deep in the forest, surrounded by nothing but trees and darkness, they suddenly hear a high-pitched scream echo through the woods. It might be a person, or maybe nothing dangerous at all. The sound even resembles a bird's cry. But moments later, they spot something that makes them rethink that idea. A figure appears in one of the windows, still, silent, and unsettling. And its presence makes the earlier noise feel anything but harmless. Could the old stories be real? Is this the witch said to roam the area? At this point, I'm pretty sure that sound wasn't made by a bird. While investigating the paranormal museum known as the Archive of the Afterlife, the YouTube team Spirit Walk Paranormal experiences the supernatural in several different ways. The first thing they capture is a disembodied exhale drifting through the silence.
Walk over to it and touch it, it will also make different lights light up, different colors, and we'll make some noises, and that will let us know that you're here with us.
I just heard something from that corner. Spirit box.
Soon after, they begin noticing shadow-like
While
shapes moving
investigating
around
the
them.
archive at its previous
It's definitely
location,
unsettling,
the Sanford
though part of me
Elementary
wonders if
School,
it could simply be the camera
two shadow
reacting to
figures
changes
were
in
captured
lighting.
behind me, coming from the corner where Charlie was placed. At the time of the encounter, I could feel something behind me, but had no idea what we caught until I was going through the evidence.
But what happens next pushes them to start questioning whatever presence is in the room.
Who moved the white tiger? The striped stuffed animal. Who moved that? Can you do it again?
A bizarre distortion also appears in their footage.
If I make a rhythm by knocking, can you finish the rhythm?
I've never seen anything like this before, and it's definitely not a light flare or anything of the sort.
This one looks more like a digital glitch to me. Same with the next EVP they play back. I do hear something in that recording, but I'm not able to understand what they believe it's saying. During their ST session, another unexplained sound echoes through the space. Then, the museum's haunted doll seems to deliver a response of its own. I definitely wouldn't be hugging that thing. Not unless you're okay with risking your soul. The Rolling Hills Asylum in East Bethany, New York is unsettling. So unsettling, in fact, that it's now officially designated as a paranormal research center for investigators who specialize in the supernatural. While exploring its decaying halls, Liam Neville encounters something that grips his attention and has refused to leave his mind ever since.
Hold up, dude.
Dude, I definitely saw.
Did you just see what I saw?
I did see it.
No, you didn't.
No, I
Did
swear to
you?
God, I saw it.
No.
Yeah, dude, it's on camera.
Dude, I think.
When you play the footage back in slow motion, you can clearly see that Liam's flashlight is completely powered off at the exact moment a mysterious glow appears deep in the corridor. Both Liam and his friend are struck still, caught somewhere between terror and a strange rush of adrenaline. They insist they witnessed a shadow-like figure standing in the hallway, and I think I might spot it too.
Dude, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it, dude.
Holy.
I saw a figure at the end of the hallway.
So did I. Oh.
Wow.
My.
I definitely saw that.
Yo, you saw that?
Yeah.
Right around the 59-second mark. What about you? Do you see it lurking there, or is it something even darker? Amit Daksh captured something chilling at the Bobbin station in India. Something he suspects might be paranormal. While recording a train speeding past, a dark silhouette suddenly drifts across his frame at the 20-second mark. Amit believes he may have filmed an actual ghostly apparition. But I'm not so sure. Part of me wonders if it could simply be his own shadow thrown by the train's harsh lights. Yet, the angle feels off, wrong, almost impossible, which leaves two unsettling possibilities. Either someone was silently standing there where no one should be, or Amit really did catch a shadow entity moving on its own. Either way, it's unnerving, isn't it? Every other room in this abandoned Long Island church appears completely ordinary, except for the middle floor, where the chandeliers are swinging wildly. Jay Brandon says he spotted shadowy shapes throughout the footage as well, so let me know if you catch any. The fact that he refuses to step inside at all shows just how unsettling the atmosphere must have been. The lights keep flickering non-stop, and at 3 minutes and 35 seconds, they grow even stronger, almost as if they're drawing energy from his presence alone. Jay comes back the following day to prove the building is truly abandoned and no longer in use. No active church would ever let their courtyard fall into such a mess. But there's more. Jay dug into the church's history and learned it suffered 3 different fires and was hit by lightning twice. He included the sources in the video description if you want to check them out yourself. With a cemetery sitting right next door, it makes you wonder. Could these flickering lights be the work of a restless spirit lingering nearby? Back in 2009, a YouTuber named T.C. Bollinger posted 2 ghost videos from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Clips that many still consider some of the most convincing ever uploaded. The first was filmed near Wheatfield Road, only about a mile from the infamous Triangular Field, a place said to be cursed by the final violent moments of countless soldiers. In the footage, a figure drifts across the road while a low, echoing moan follows behind it. Real or staged? That's the question. When T.C. Ballinger zooms in, he manages to catch yet another figure, this one clearer. And then a third appears. What do you think? Are these separate apparitions or the same digital model being reused? He moves on to another spot only half a mile from the Triangular Field, and more ghostly shapes rise into view just like before. Is this clever editing? Or did he accidentally record the true reason this entire stretch of land is marked no trespassing? A man is filming an abandoned property from above when he accidentally captures something that might be far from normal. A dark, mist-like shape slithers across the wall, twisting as it slips into the empty house before vanishing completely. He quickly zooms in, hoping to catch whatever it was, but there's nothing there anymore. It looks like it could be CGI, but the cameraman's reaction makes me hesitate. He keeps the camera trained on the exact spot where the shadow disappeared, lingering there as if waiting for it to return. Then he slowly pulls back to scan the entire area for any further movement. He doesn't cut the footage abruptly like most faked videos do. Instead, he keeps searching, almost like he's afraid it might come back. This place seriously needs a giant warning sign that says, "Do not enter." In a video posted in May of 2022, Hassan Barbar explores a deserted building when he spots a shadowy figure staring at him through a window. It resembles a jinn, watching silently before slipping out of sight in an instant. Hassan rushes into the room, but the figure has completely vanished. He locks himself inside the now empty space, yet the atmosphere feels charged, like something unseen is still lurking with him. Strange writing on the wall catches his attention. Could it be a message left behind by the jinn? He checks a cupboard again, and suddenly the lights begin flickering wildly. And that's only the beginning. As Hassan surveys the room, he notices something impossible. The overhead light now has a bucket placed over it, even though no one else is there. When he reaches up to investigate, he recoils as if hit by a sudden jolt of electricity. Then something blocks his camera lens, the same bucket that was covering the light. What's going on in this place? Hassan has no answers, but everything points to the disturbing handiwork of the jinn.